Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be discussing about the topic of the should packaged food content be labeled or not. Now what happens is that whenever you go and buy a packaged food, now packaged food whenever you look at the package and you take it in your hand and look at the package, what do you see? You try to find out that portion of the packet where the ingredients or the quantity of the ingredients is written. Like for example, look at this picture. So this is how the information needs to be given on the packet. Now what happens is that usually because people are not very aware about, or they are not very used to seeing that how much quantity of things are included or are indulged into the food. Like for example, do you pay attention whenever you go and buy a packaged food that what is the quantity of cholesterol in it, what is the quantity of trans fat, saturated fat, sugars and many other things? Most of the time what people do is they skip these things. Many a times it has been seen that people are not even paying attention towards the manufacturing date of the product and the expiry date of the products, and these things becomes very important, as this can impact your health at a very larger scale. So this is what we will be talking about. First of all, about the points of discussion, first we will be looking at the news, then what is the finding of the report, why it matters to India, then food package labeling, and in the end a prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is health. Now the news talks about should packaged food content be labeled. Now food content be labeled means that exact information needs to be given on the package. Now the food package need to contain exact information, because many a times we also see that in case of many big companies, it has been seen that instead of giving the desired information with regard to the food content, it has been seen that the bigger companies, they also give star ratings. Like for example, these kind of stars are being made on the food products: 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, and people just go by the name and they do not see the food content. So before moving forward, Drishti IAS Mukherjee Nagar classes has now been moved to Noida, and Noida has now become the new hub of the UPSC preparation. So if you are traveling by metro, you need to go and stop at the Noida sector 15 metro stations, and the English medium batches are starting on 12th of December, while the Hindi medium batches are starting from 9th of December. So the exact location for the new classes are C171/2 Block A Sector 15 Noida, Uttar Pradesh, and the location is close to metro station. If you need any assistance, you can give us a call at 9311406440. And the exact location link is given in the description box. And if you want to talk to the counselors in Drishti and want a call back, so the form is also given in the description box. You can go and fill out the form. So let's move forward with the topic. So the Access to Nutrition Initiative. So the Access to Nutrition Initiative, it talks about that the leading food and beverage companies, on an average, they sell less healthy products in lower and middle income countries as compared to what they sell in the high income countries. Now when we say that lower income countries and high income countries, so the different countries of the world has been divided into different criteria according to the amount the people in that particular country is earning. So the lower income countries means that the people are earning lesser amount as compared to the middle income countries and the high income countries. Like for example, India, if we talk about India, comes under the lower middle income countries. So India comes under the lower middle income countries because of the per capita income in India. Like for example, India's per capita income is around, if we talk about the constant price, so it is around 1 lakh rupees. To be particular and precise, it is about 98 to 99,000 rupees. But the lower income countries are much lower than this. They are around 95,000 countries, and the lower, you can say, the middle income countries has two criteria, that is the lower middle income countries and the higher middle income countries. Now the higher middle income countries has per capita income which is much more than India's. Like for example, they might be having per capita income of 2.5 to 3 lakh rupees. So this is how the criteria keeps on changing. Now what happens is, so the bigger countries, the food and beverage companies, what they are doing as of now is, and it has been seen that what they are following is that the lower income countries and the middle income countries, the food content is different as compared to the product what they are selling to the higher income countries. Higher income countries, when we say, we are talking about the US, we are talking about the European countries. And when we say the middle income countries, it means the country, you can say that India is a middle income country, Brazil you can say, South Africa you can say. Then they have lower income countries also. So the lower income countries and the high middle income countries are the countries which are consuming unhealthy food, as compared to what is being provided to the higher income countries. Now the 5th edition of the Global Access to Nutrition Index has talked about this finding of lower and middle income countries and the higher income countries difference. Now let us talk about the report's findings. So what does the report talks about? So the report has analyzed around 52,000 products, including those from popular brands like for example Nestle, PepsiCo, Unilever, Coca-Cola and Hershey's. Now what they do is they use a health star rating system. Health star rating system means that they give rating to their products. Like for example, the 5-star rating system. So if any product is given 5-star, it means that the product is good. While if any product is given 2-star, it means that the product is bad. But if any product is given stars more than 3.5, then the product is considered to be healthy. Under this system, products are ranked out of 5 on their healthiness, and the system assesses components of food. Now, components of food is the point where all the conflict and clash actually rises, because the content or the components of the food between the middle income countries, lower income countries and the higher income countries is different. System assesses components of food considered to increase risk. Like for example, energy content is very high, saturated fat content is very high, total sugars and sodium content is very high as compared to what is provided to the higher income countries. They offset these against component considered to decrease risk. Like for example, protein, fiber and fruit, vegetable, nut and legume. So this something which can decrease the risk, these are provided in a lesser quantity, and something which is unhealthy, which is bad for health and which increases the risk of developing diseases, they are provided in a higher quantity. Like for example, energy content, saturated fat, total sugars and sodium. Then the food product healthiness in lower and middle income countries, the score is much lower, that is around 1.8, than the higher income countries where the score is around 2.3. So the lower and the middle income countries, the healthiness score is less as compared to the score of the higher income countries. Higher income countries has a score of 2.3, while the lower and middle income countries has a score of 1.8. Then other findings are that only 30% of companies have demonstrated a strategy to price some of their healthier products affordably for lower income consumers. Now what happens is that companies, to give products at a lower price in the lower and middle income countries, they tend to reduce the healthy content in the food, like for example protein content, fiber content, nut content, and they increase the unhealthy content in the food so that the price of the food becomes less. Then it is also found that in lower and middle income countries, micronutrients data were available for a smaller proportion of products as compared to those in the higher income countries. So the nutrients data is also different with regard to the higher income countries and the lower and the middle income countries. Then the International Baby Food Action Network, it talks about that Nestle's baby food products sold in India and Africa and Latin American countries, they had higher sugar content as compared to the food which is sold in the European countries. It means that the baby food which is being sold in lower income countries and middle income countries, like for example India, Africa and Latin American countries, the sugar content is high. The sugar content, the proportion of the sugar content in the baby food is higher as compared to the sugar content which is present in the baby food in the higher income countries like the European countries. Now, why it matters to India? Why it matters to India? Because the difference that is being done with regard to increasing the content or the components of the food which are unhealthy for the health of a person and which increases also the risk factors in the health of a person. And India as of now is also staring at a non-communicable disease burden, as the population of India is also very high and the non-communicable disease burden is also increasing in India. And it has been estimated that in India around 10 crore people are suffering from diabetes. And if we talk about the National Family Health Survey 5, it talks about that obesity means that a person's weight is much more than what is the height of the person, or the BMI of the person is very high. So the obesity stands at around 24% among women and 23% among men. And in urban areas, the problem of obesity is on a rise. Then undernutrition, anemia and micronutrient deficiency, they continue to remain a problem in India. Now undernutrition, anemia and micronutrient deficiency, this is also one of the reasons because people are not having a balanced diet or a balanced food, that people are not having 2 meals a day, proper 2 meals a day, like for example chapatis, rice, sabzi, vegetables and also dal. So these things are not included in a person's diet as of now, and if a person is not intaking the proper balanced diet, then the problem of micronutrients, undernutrition and also anemia, iron in women is a major issue as of now. So all these things is also a problem in India. And according to the Economic Survey of India 2023-24, it talks about that 56.4% of the total disease burden is due to unhealthy diets. And unhealthy diets, a lot of problem is because of the junk food plus the packaged food. So around 56.4% of the total disease burden is due to unhealthy diets. Unhealthy diet means that the proper intake of diet is not taking place. You are having food in which the unhealthy component is higher as compared to the healthy component. Like for example, the sugar component is very high, the fat component is very high, trans fat component is very high, energy levels are very high. So you need to see that how much consumption you are having of what. Then according to the United Nations data, over 50% of Indians cannot afford a healthy diet, and affordability is one of the problems because of which the unhealthy diet is what people are taking. And the Indian government has revealed data which talks about that household expenditure on processed food as a proportion of their food percentage has also risen and is on a rise. Now food package labeling. If we talk about food package labeling, then in the starting the picture that I showed you, that where everything is written on the packet of the food, that how much energy, how much fat, how much sugar, cholesterol, and everything. What is the quantity of everything and what is the proportion of everything which is present in the food. So India is a party to the World Health Assembly resolution. So World Health Assembly resolution is what India is a party to, and this resolution talks about on marketing of foods and non-alcoholic beverages to children, and highlight the need to protect children from harmful marketing of junk food, because the marketing of the junk food is done in such a way that the students or the children, they get very fascinated by it, and the intake of the junk food is on a rise. Then the activists all over the world, they are talking about that the regulations for front of package labeling. Front of package labeling is what they are advocating for, of foods that would indicate high sugar, fat and sodium content. So the activists are saying that the package labeling needs to be regulated, and it needs to be done, and proper component or the proportion of the component of the food needs to be written. Then, for example, Chile and Mexico, for instance, the consumption of sugary beverages was decreased after mandatory labeling. So this can also work as an example and a case study for you. For example, Chile and Mexico. Now if we talk about the nutrition advocacy for public interest, it talks about that around 43 advertisements of pre-packaged food products and their composition have revealed that these foods were high in one or more nutrients of concern like saturated fat, high energy, sugar, etc. So there have been so many examples that the health is compromised. People's health is compromised. Children's health is also compromised. Becomes the points can be very factual and you might be little bored while hearing these points, but this is what is important for you to write in. Whenever you are writing your means answer writing you are doing, because these are the facts which you need to write, because whenever you are writing your answer, you need to substantiate your answer with proper facts and figures, and this is what you need to write, that what the NFHS data is saying, what the economic survey is saying, what the United Nations is saying, and what the other indexes and reports are talking about. Now in the end, a prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section, and the question reads, India is a part of which group of countries? Low income country, lower middle income country, upper middle income country, or higher income country? We discussed this in the video, so give me the answer in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.